Hi, my name is Diana Froze and I'm the director and co-writer of Prometheus Rising. The story is more relevant today than it has ever been before.
Hi, I'm Elizaveta Chilenko and I'm the producer of the film Prometheus Rising. The story is about the dystopian society where a man loses everything he has to be able to fight the fear of death for the sake of freedom.
We think that we changed, we're different, we left the history behind, we left our past behind and we're advanced. But what if that's not true? We think that media is always so objective, and we think that our government is always about to protect us. But what happens if we disagree with our government and if we disagree with the values it represents?
My name is Arturo Miguel Antolin and I'm the writer of Prometheus Rising. When Diana and I started talking about this project, she already had a lot of ideas about how this war in which the story is happening was. And it's a new war with new values, but we had very strong idea about not trying to make like good guys against bad guys. We wanted to understand why people is doing what they are doing, and in that way you can feel that this future can happen, and you can understand why all this is happening, and that makes a more strong point and a more strong idea what we should do with our own society.
I'm Julia Hostetler and I'm the editor, VFX supervisor and colorist on Prometheus Rising. We want to reference these events that happened in the past, things from the Second World War, things from the Soviet communist regime, so that you can draw parallels between stuff that's happening in this film and things from the past. It's kind of like a possible future. The film is more than a political story. It's about personal struggles and individual relationships.
Here, Diana, our filmmaker, it's a young person who wants to make a political statement. I'm very encouraged to help her do that, and I encourage you to help us do it as well. And I am very confident in our project, though I know it's a very ambitious one, but we have a very talented team. For now it's a very small team that we've formed, and we're gonna have more and more people helping us, and we need a lot of support for making this project happen.
We need you guys to be part of the revolution and part of the wake-up call to our society. So contribute whatever you can, be part of it, and be Prometheus.
We all really believe in this story and we think it's a great film and we really want to do it, so we need your support in order to be able to.
The world of Prometheus is not a distant world, but it's very, very close to what we know and to our own society. It's just brought to a dystopian extreme and put into the future. It is a globalized world and rationalized world. People are part of it because they have a chip in their arm. It contains everything that's relevant, like their identity, their health insurance, health information, and their bank account.
There are two separate worlds in the film. There is the futuristic, dark, cold city life, and then there's nature and outside where it's going to be nice and warm and lovely. Yeah, hopefully.
Our main character, Adama, he's a very successful doctor in the city. He's like enjoying life, he drinks a lot, he takes antidepressant pills. He's not really worried about any kind of thought or about what's happening around him. And because of that, he doesn't really know who he is. And it's only as every good hero, when he's put under pressure, when he starts to understand who he is and what he has to do in life, and in relation with this world we are creating right now.
In this story, Adama has never been to the outer districts before. He lived his distilled life in the city. He was working, he was partying, he never been outside of it. So now he, for the first time, goes out to the outer districts, and the raw beauty of it, the wilderness, really fascinates him.
So with all these things happening around him, Adama begins to understand that he's a natural leader, even if he doesn't want to. And he is the first piece of the huge revolution which is gonna happen, becoming Prometheus. All the structure of the film is built around this lava camp attack made by the outsiders. And after that we see how our main character Adama arrives to that point. And even when it's a bit complex, this structure really is really helpful to make us go deeper into the story and what is exactly happening with this character.
To be honest, I can't wait to start the production period, as soon as I've read the first draft of the script, I realized that the story is very cinematic. It was obvious for me that it has this element of world, you know, that is very vivid and rich, but at the same time it's a great spectacle, and visually it's going to be very, very beautiful. And we have some very epic and beautiful locations. Some of them are going to be in Wales. There are some abandoned army stations. There are different cottages, there are cliffs, you know, everything is very epic. And we have some of the material will be shot in London, so there's going to be a modern apartment. There's going to be a lot of material, yeah.
We have a lot of work to do in terms of production design. We need to create a whole new world on its own that is similar to what we know but still different. So we need to create new costumes, hair and makeup, props like the modern guns we're looking for, the silent guns. We need to create a production design for the apartment that Adama lives in, the modern labor camps, everything that surrounds them. And we really want to make this world believable and relatable to people.
We realized that it's a very visually heavy project, because there are a lot of visual effects that have to be done, but they will always complement the stories.
So the film is set in this dystopian future, which means that there'll be a lot of special effects work to be done. There's going to be explosions and gunshots and fire, a burning house, and some of these things we can accomplish on set, but a bunch of stuff will need to be done in post. I really like working on color grading and color correction. It's so cool. The difference between the original footage shot and then once it's brought into a color correction program and graded, it's amazing.
And I think it's very important that in our age of very heavy political relations, we need to give freedom to people, to young people, to make their own decisions, to make their own statements.
Be part of the revolution.
You can make it happen.
Prometheus is coming.
We need your support.
You can check out the perks, they're pretty awesome. In the corner, they're kind of like over here. I don't even know how much of a frame I have. We might be film students, but we are professionals, okay? You've never heard of us, have you? Fine. But we're all gonna be people someday. It only takes like 1,000 people to make a revolution. AKA if 1,000 people give us £5 each, that's 5,000 pounds. How much money are we raising? Have you guys even read Prometheus? It's a legend, you know, it's Greek. It was told, you know, orally thousands of years ago. We're bringing that to the present. Yeah, maybe there was a film called Prometheus that came out like 2 years ago. But this is Prometheus Rises, okay?
Come on, people. Really. People.
Please give us money.